fun on television, so I decided I wasn't going to do that. My wife and I, by the way, my wife's with me, Dana. We decided to come here and have a little fun with this. So we moved to Dallas. So literally the day I graduated, literally the weekend that I graduated from school, we loaded up a U-Haul and we moved to Dallas, Texas. And when we got to Dallas, for the first summer I did odds and end jobs. I was going to work on my master's degree in Dallas. By this time we already had our first daughter, who's now 16. So we've been married 17 years. And so anyway, so the first summer I'm cleaning swimming pools. I've got stories about cleaning swimming pools in South Dallas that would just blow you away. I am lucky that I survived that job. I promise you, it was a miracle that I made it out of that job alive. And it's amazing where they'll put swimming pools these days too. So I did that in the morning, and I was working at UPS, loading UPS trucks in the evening. So just finished school. Was planning on starting my master's degree in the fall. And so I wasn't looking for sort of a full-time committed job, but needed obviously to make money. My wife was staying home at that time with our daughter. And so that was my summer. And then I started realizing, I went to a little bit of school that first semester and realized this isn't the right time. I got to go about making a living for the family. So I thought, okay, I need a job. What am I going to do with my life? And when I was in college, I'd worked at a company, MCI at the time. They've gotten since into a lot of trouble and are gone. But anyway, I was a telemarketer in college for the last 2 years, so I was calling up people. Friends, you guys remember friends and family, long distance. This is like you guys won't remember this, but you used to have to pay to make a long distance call. It cost money, and it was a sham. But it was if your friends were on the same calling plan as you got a lower rate. It was awesome. And so anyway, I sold that. That's what I did in college. Was I sold long distance on the phone, calling people up, hey. And before that, I sold vacuum cleaners. Can you imagine? But it was a good experience. And honestly, if you ever have an opportunity to work in sales, regardless of what it is that you plan to do for your career, it's a great experience. And you learn so much being in sales. Even if you're not good at it, it's worth the experience. And if you're not good, you won't get to do it long anyway. But it's still worth it. It's still worth the time and the experience. And so anyway, I don't even remember. I'm going on and on, I guess, with this story. But the bottom line is, needed a job. 2 opportunities. Almost it came to me at the exact same time. One of them was a company called PageNet. Now, another thing that you guys, and I talk as if you're so much younger than me. Some of you are my age, and I just enjoy doing this. But a pager was this little thing that you wore on your belt that was like a one-way communication, right? If you can imagine, it's like text messaging without being able to respond. And so I would get this page, right? Call me in a number. Or don't forget to bring home the milk. But I couldn't respond or do anything. That was paging. One way, it was terrible. But it was all the rage in 1995, which is when I graduated from college. And so in 95, I get an opportunity to work for PageNet as a call center supervisor, right? So no more on the phone, but supervising people who are on the phone, which just sounded awesome, right? I mean, how easy a job could that be? In fact, I remember the supervisors who worked at MCI, and I thought, man, they had it absolutely made. $35,000 a year. I remember the salary, which was a ton of money for me. I mean, literally, I went from making $200, $300 a week to what would have been $35,000 a year. But at the same time, I had another job opportunity for $10 an hour at a small regional healthcare company in what they called their marketing department. It was only one other guy. It wasn't in any way marketing. It was really more sort of data analytics type stuff. But they needed basically someone just to come in and do whatever. And so I sat back and I looked at those opportunities, and I ended up taking the $21,000 a year opportunity. And the reason that I'm standing here and talking to you guys today goes all the way back to making that decision in 1995. So anyway, I joined this company in Dallas, the number 2 guy in the marketing department, making 10 in the department. Now it's a department, right? More than 2 people? Or at least 2 people, a department? Yeah? One person, it's not, right? You can cut that anytime you want. But when there's at least 2 people, then it's a department. We do this all the time at Rock. We're creating departments all the time. When we hire the second person to do something, now it's a department. Now it has overhead and paperwork, and it's not near as interesting once it's a department. We opened our first cafe in the U.S. this in 2009. We're going to open another one here within the next month. This is a retail brand that we're building, a CPG company that we're building as well. And we wanted to do that because a lot of our business is in retail and CPG also. So we wanted the experience of doing it from scratch, but we think it's a great revenue model for Rockfish and a great growth area for us. Gino is an online learning company that we have. It's Walmart, Tyson. There's a lot of big companies starting to use this. We have a president. We've actually hired a president of Geno now. We spun that out as a separate company because it has so much upside and opportunity that Rockfish still owns it, but it's a separate business with a president that's running that business day to day. I'm going to show you a video. We did this video when we were, we edited it just slightly recently, just a couple slides. But when we were doing the Ad Age Agency A-List, you have to give them sort of a portfolio of your work. And this is the video we submitted for the Agency A-List Award. And so it gives us a kind of a good overview just briefly of some of the things we did at Rockfish this year.
Hi, I'm Kenny Tomlin, CEO and founder of Rockfish Interactive. 2009 has been an amazing year at Rockfish. Our team and revenue has more than doubled in size. Our key client relationships with companies like Walmart and Procter & Gamble grew, and we added a number of new clients like Kimberly-Clark, Sara Lee, and Dave & Buster's. During all of this growth, we still maintained net margins that are almost double our industry's average. What was responsible for our growth at Rockfish? Well, let's talk about a few projects. We felt the love from Apple iTunes this Valentine's Day. They featured an app we created for Hershey's called Blow a Kiss, and it got downloaded like crazy. Speaking of love, you can't help but love Walmart's 11 moms. Well, there are more than 20 moms now, and they keep on growing. We used all that mom power to push the Twilight DVD at Walmart, and it worked. Walmart took a bite out of the competition and pulled in record-breaking DVD pre-order sales. The ladies love Twilight, and they also love fashion. Stacy London came to our offices this summer with Procter & Gamble. Rockfish hosted a live chat with Stacy as part of Pantene's Secret to Great Hair campaign. I've never seen our team so sharply dressed, and P&G has never seen a campaign work so well to grow shampoo sales. The Walmart team was crazy thrilled with the social community we launched for Walmart associates. So was the Nielsen Norman Group. They selected mywalmart.com as one of the top intranets in the world. Rockfish helped these three companies to get kids to think outside the box with lunchboxbuilder.com. They hope to give out 15,000 online coupons. We built our own couponing technology and tripled that amount within the first month. This is Rockfish Labs. It's our new company and technology incubator. TidyTweet.com is one project that came out of Labs in 2009. Over 1,000 companies use it to keep their Twitter feed squeaky clean. TidyTweet, represented over here in LA, was chosen as the best new Twitter application at the 140 Twitter conference. The Rockfish team works hard. We aim for solid, measurable results. And when we need a boost, we drink Silver Joe's, a coffee brand created right here at Rockfish. In 2009, we opened our first U.S. cafe. The video guys wanted me to keep this short, cut out a lot of the cool stuff I was going to tell you about. One thing I can't cut out is how honored we were to be chosen by Advertising Age for their annual Agency A-List. That was a huge highlight of 2009 for us, and a great note to end on.
So that kind of gives you a quick overview of some of the things that we've done in 2009. There's a lot always, for a fairly small company, we've always got a lot of moving parts and always a lot going on, which we find that people like. Does it create some chaos? Absolutely. But we kind of like chaos at Rockfish.